how's everyone?
Guys?
Hi. We'll get smoother. We'll get smoother.
Yeah, we'll get better. Hi.
So, what is everyone drinking?
I am drinking a smorgasbord of gifts from the husband. I just finished a Mike's Hard Blue. I started a little early. But now I got some Smirnoff Berry Blast. I got pink lemonade. And I have a Mike's Hard Red in the fridge. So I will try the cough syrup later.
Syrup.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know next podcast how that was.
All right.
You're like, ugh. I am drinking just sangria.
Ooh, homemade sangria.
Yeah, and I'm like a hippie drinking it.
So what's in it? Like, is that raspberries or strawberries? Like...
That's strawberries and plums from our own trees.
Okay.
Yeah, and
fancy.
Peach juice and some rum.
Ooh.
And frozen strawberries.
I like everything but
yummy.
the peach juice.
Yeah, I know.
I'm drinking, same as Jessica, the blue, but in freezy form.
In a baggie.
Ooh.
Yeah, in a baggie, and it's a freezy, and it's the Mike's Hard Blue Freeze. So
Big kid slushy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I also have Twisted Tea Peach, and then I have like a whole bunch of other ones. Dave got me a whole case, so thanks my husband.
Drinking the whole case.
I'm just the weirdo that doesn't like peach. That's just me.
Listen, I prefer not peach juice, but you know, when you have kids with autism, that's the only fucking thing they drink. It's the only fucking thing you have in the house. You're like, I hate it.
Lyric doesn't even drink juice.
Yeah, neither does Caleb. He just drinks water.
Yep, it's water only.
Water.
Oh, and actually, she drinks one other thing, and that's iced coffee.
Caleb will drink chocolate milk. He prefers water.
Yep.
He doesn't like juice.
So they only get water all day except for dinner time. And then they're allowed to drink whatever they want for dinner. And that's peach juice.
Yeah.
Not like grape pop or anything, or like something good like fruit punch or anything that's not peach.
I just spilt all over me.
I see. It's a
that
special
is sexy.
Podcast.
Yeah,
Listen.
no, this is for all the YouTuber watchers on Saturdays.
Yeah.
For the
What t-shirt
unedited
contest
episode.
coming in, Jessica?
Oh my god, I will totally do that on a live stream.
I'll do it with you.
Like if we raise like a certain amount of money or gifts or whatever.
We should do the trampoline with white t-shirts just jumping up and down.
Oh, my poor baby.
While Sonia hoses us.
Oh yeah, because I was like, you guys aren't gonna get anything top heavy from me, but I can do a hose.
Yeah, you can hose us, and me and Jessica will just jump, and we'll be like,
only once we reach a goal. I'm not doing it for free.
Right?
No.
People
we need
already
1,000
backing to us for
subscribers.
free.
Well, we need 1,000 subscribers before we can do that in the first place. But we get
Yeah, people actually
guys,
need to watch.
listeners and watchers out there, if you want to see us jump on a trampoline wet, follow us on TikTok so we can live stream at Opinionated Lushes.
Yeah, that would be so nice. I try so hard for people to like us. So, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
I will sell out my gender. That's fine.
Same.
That's good. Everyone else is doing it.
I know,
Yeah, might
right?
as well.
Listen, if my feet didn't look like fucking hobbits, I would totally show those off.
If they look like
Yeah.
Hobbit feet, then you just brand it as Lord of the Rings porn. You will
Fantastic.
find someone.
I will
and
find.
they will likely pay more because it's so niche.
I'm gonna find it. FetLife, here I come. All right, I'm gonna do our question and then our word.
Yes.
Okay. What age do you wish you could be at forever? And then the word is more.
I never catch the words because I'm so focused on not saying it.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I can go
I'm gonna
first.
start. Yeah, go
I
for
can
it.
go first. Okay. I am going to go with 25 because that's how old I tell everybody I am anyway. And until somebody starts calling me out on my bullshit, that's how old I'm staying. That's it, forever.
Well, yeah. Might as
Yeah,
well.
why
Yeah,
not?
you might as well. Well, okay, you're not very tall. Our listeners don't know our heights. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You're not very tall,
I'm not.
which makes
Your
you
child size.
automatically look younger. And I'm burping. And then
Take a
your
drink.
skin. I'm trying to think here. Okay, I can't multitask. But then your skin also looks really nice, and then you have glasses, and it just gives this like youthfulness. And so people would be like, if it was just your height, people would probably be like, oh, maybe she's like 30. And then you have like nice skin. They're like, oh, maybe she's like 27. And then you have glasses and now you're 25.
Now 25. That's great. The glasses make me young forever.
It's true. Like all of it together.
Yeah, I do look a little bit older without my glasses. And then people actually don't recognize me. Before I was like, people are so fucking stupid. How do they not know Clark Kent and Superman aren't the same person? All he's doing is taking his glasses off. But then I go somewhere without my glasses and people don't fucking know who I am. Like, how are you so stupid?
It's true. When I got LASIK, like I felt like I had a new face. And I went through a period where I didn't know how to do my makeup because I was so used to doing it under glasses. Like I would be like, I can't do this because the glasses will cover it, or I have to do this bigger, or else you won't see it through the glasses, you know? And then just doing it on like a bare face, it was just like, I felt exposed.
Right? You're like, glasses cover everything. Like I never have to wax my eyebrows because like my glasses cover it, and I don't really need to wear makeup because my glasses cover it. And
I felt like my eyes were too small for my head. And so like my glasses made them slightly bigger, you know? And I was just like, why are my eyes so small?
Your eyes are normal. I don't know if you noticed that now.
Your eyes are pretty normal.
Yeah, I do now. It's been like a year and a half. But like that was my first thing, was like, why are my eyes so small on my face?
Why do I look so weird?
It was a transition.
Why does Chris love me?
Yeah, I asked myself that before the LASIK.
Oh, like every time you take your glasses off, you have these beady little eyes.
like in those cartoons where it's like full on glasses and then it's just little black dots.
Yeah, every time you're about to get it on, that's what you look like. And Chris is like, yeah, that's my thing.
No. What if that's how it was? Because I get my eyes are normal to my face, but the glasses did make them look slightly bigger.
Well, it's too late now. He can't divorce you, so I won't.
Yeah.
He won't.
Technically, he still could.
Yeah, technically, but I mean, he won't. So.
But I mean, how would you write that in the divorce papers? Like,
right?
Her eyes got too small, like irreconcilable differences.
Their eyes aren't the same as they used to be. Yeah, so I can't.
They're not the eyes I married, okay?
Okay, I would just let them. Like, I'd be like, okay, fair.
Yeah.
I agree. I have small eyes. Like, I divorced myself. Like, it's cool.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter that your body has completely changed from kids. No, that's not the issue. It's your fucking eyes are too small.
Well, I get like the body just change. We expect the body to change with kids.
Yeah,
we don't expect our eyes to change so much.
This is fucking little eyes.
Okay, I'm kind of torn because I would love the body I had when I was like 23 with like the brain I had by like 25.
Your brain evolved really quick in 2 years.
No, I just like fully formed. I want like a fully formed cortex before I'm like the same age forever. So
I like matured so quickly in 2 years.
No. It's more like I just want it fully formed before I like live the rest of my life at that age. You know,
you don't want to be stunted.
No, yeah, exactly. I don't want a stunted cortex. I just want a fully formed brain in the body of my 23-year-old self, because it was like I was at like I wasn't just like thin or whatever, because I was never like growing up. I was always just like bigger. Not as big as I thought growing up in the early 2000s. Like, I'm at my biggest now, and I'm just like, it's fine. But back then, it was like you were a size 10 and you were the fat kid. When I was like 23, I was single. I was just about to like meet my husband. And I just got really fit between the jobs I was working, and I started running a lot, and I ran like 5Ks and everything like that. And I just got really, really fit. A lot of people would be like, you're so thin. I'm like, I'm 135 pounds. Like, I'm 5'6". But they'd always be like, like that's, yeah. I always had to keep, like, I had abs. Never happening again. Damn, I miss them every day. Like, and but then, you know, you get in a comfortable relationship and Then you have another kid. And
yeah.
You stop having time. And I stopped working outside the house. Then I got round.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with round. I keep trying to tell myself that all the time.
I know.
It's a shape. It's beautiful.
I feel that way about everyone else.
Yeah,
like
same.
no one else should judge them based on what I'm judging myself.
Right.
Like this is my own personal indoctrination and like fat phobia and things I'm trying to push forward. I'm literally wearing a crop top. Okay, I just wanted to show that off. And I never wore a crop top when I was thin.
Yeah, neither did I.
Yeah, and I'm just like, man, I missed some. Like, I would love to be 25 now in my 23-year-old body and wearing a crop top because they're in and doing something crop toppy wearers do, like take photos in a field. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm scared to be like that shallow, but yeah, that's what I want to do. That's it.
Same.
I've never really shown off my belly. I had cancer when I was like really young, like 17, and now I have like this huge giant scar. And people are like, "Oh, you should be proud of that." And like, it's not my stretch marks that bother me. It's this big fucking scar that makes my stomach look like an ass. Like it has two fucking butt cheeks. And like people are like, "Oh, be proud." I'm like, "No, I'm not proud. It's gross. I don't like it." But like if somebody else was walking around like that, I'd be like, "Good for you. Like that's beautiful that you're able to do that." I
love the confidence behind other people when they show off themselves and they don't care. Like, love it. That's the most attractive part is their confidence.
Yeah.
Which I lack. I'm like, that's what makes me unattractive is that I'm not confident. And I fully accept that.
Yeah, me too. I'm good at being a gremlin.
Well, see, for me, it's like even at like my best physique, I used to like cover up my chest a lot just because I was larger chested, and growing up larger chested, whenever I wore a regular shirt, tank top, whatever,
it looked skanky.
I would always get told I was a skank. Like that's literally it. And so I just stopped. And like even at my thinnest, I still had a larger bust compared to like other women my size. And I just like stopped. So it took a while to even get comfortable with like having boobs. I used to wear like two bras. Like I'd wear like a normal bra and then like a sports bra over top. Like it was like took me a while to even be comfortable wearing like a V-neck or anything that like had cleavage because I was like, they're gonna call me a skank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just wore baggy shirts because I didn't want anything tight around my chest where it was noticeable. So I would wear track pants and baggy shirts like for a good 3 years straight. Like since I was like 14 to 17. That's all I would wear is just baggy shirts. Like I had no confidence in my body, even though it wasn't that bad. It was actually really hot. And now I regret that I don't have it.
I keep looking back at old pictures of myself when I was like, man, I remember that. And I remember thinking I look so fucking gross. And I'm looking back and I'm like, damn.
Right? Yeah. You just want to give them a backhand, right? You're just like, don't be so stupid.
Well, I said, I was 17 and I was trying to wear baggy shirts. And one time I went over to Sonia's sister-in-law's house with Sonia, and she's like, we're going in her closet and I'm gonna dress you. And I was like, no. So, and Sonia's sister-in-law, she was an exotic dancer.
Stripper.
And so she had very nice
I just
clothes.
say stripper. We don't say like it's a job. Like
okay. Anyway.
So jealous.
She had amazing wardrobe. And so Sonia's like, hey, you're gonna wear this and you're gonna wear this. And I was like, no, not me. I looked hot. I looked fucking hot. And now I look back and I'm like, damn. But before I was like trying to cover up, like, no. But no, I looked hot. I looked fucking hot.
When we do go to Vegas, listeners, we're planning a Vegas trip in like October. So be prepared for videos from that. If you want to see videos from that, we'll probably likely be posting them on our TikTok. So make sure to check out Opinionated Lushes on TikTok. I'm trying to plug us wherever I can. But when we go to Vegas, we all have to have at least one slutty outfit.
Slutty have like several. What the fuck are you talking about?
Slutty just means more slutty than like an everyday outfit.
Yeah. You're practically walking around in bra and panties. That's all I'm doing.
So fucking hot there. Like you have to go naked or you're going to die.
I went there in August. Like it wasn't that crazy. I mean, just because like when you walk, there's like so much air conditioning on the strip. You're not actually walking that long without like feeling a blast of cool air.
Listen, it's only 30 here and I'm fucking dying. Okay. Like it's like,
let's carry spray bottles of water. And we could just like mist ourselves. Like
we could in my cooler that I'm training for. So like, I am Rocky montaging for those who are listening. I am training with a backpack, 50 pounds, so we can carry alcohol everywhere we go. I gotta get in drunk person shape. It's been a long time since I've been out with a cooler full of alcohol. I needed the fucking COVID, so I need to get back in boozerton shape.
Boozerton shape. I guess I should go next. Okay, the age I would want is 18 because I wasn't technically legal for anything, but I still felt great to do those things. I had no responsibility whatsoever, no kids. My mom was
18,
still alive.
You can't buy booze.
I still got other people too. I liked it even more.
That's true.
I went to underage clubs. Like it was just so much more fun.
I love being underage and going to clubs.
Wait, so do you want to? So you want to go back to when you're 18, but do you want to stay 18 for the rest of your life?
Oh,
isn't that the question?
Like, I don't care. I want to go back.
Oh, okay.
Like, let's go back in time and then just continue that time the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I mean, I'll miss my children, but whatever. Bye.
Whatever. Bye. See ya. I remember there was this club on downtown. It was, I don't know, but like their smoking area was out front and you always got like somebody to like lick you would lick their hand and you get some like dude who thinks you're cute and I'd be like, hey, I'll come say hi to you if you like give me your stamp. And then they give you your stamp and then you don't go say hi to them because like you're busy with your friends.
Yeah.
And then you just jump the fence and you get to go in.
It was called Fever. That nightclub was called Fever.
Yes.
Sounds Fever. So awesome.
I went there.
So, like, you're not even old enough, but, like, you're wearing enough makeup to look old enough. And then you're like, hey, if you, like, have sex with me, you'll go to prison. But you don't know that. We could just share stamps. And then I'll say hi to you. But then I don't say hi to you. I leave and go hang out with my friends.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Because, so the stamp would mean that you could actually go to the bar. And if you didn't have a stamp, it meant you were underage and that you could only just do the dance. So I would go up to random people and get their stamp and be like, I'll dance with you later. Or I'll meet you at the bar because you have your stamp and I'll have a stamp and then we can meet there. And then I never did. I would hang out near the bouncers so they wouldn't approach me. And sometimes they still did. They still would approach you. But yeah, no, I did the exact same thing. It was my favorite thing ever. I just loved it. I just felt like it was so risky.
It is risky. As like a grown-ass woman, I would never encourage my daughters to do anything like that. Like just sneak in on your own. Don't try and get like stranger dudes to help you.
See, for me, I grew up in a small city. So we had like 2 bars and everyone knew each other. So it was a lot harder to like sneak in because your parents might be there.
Oh, yeah. What?
So what I was part of the queer community like in my high school and stuff like that where they eventually got a club deal and they started having like these I'm not trying to rat people out, but we started having these like queer club nights and it was mostly high schoolers and then some like I mean it was a small town queer community. But they would have a bar and you could and drugs and like all that kind of stuff. And so that's just kind of where we hung out. Eventually the actual clubs, like bars in the city started having like all ages nights, or they'd have bands that were all ages. And then generally, you could just find someone that would buy 2 beers and then just give you one. Like no one's going to like come up to you when you already have the beer and be like, how did you get that? Because they just assume you like went to the bar and showed your ID. So that was pretty much until I was pregnant. And then once I was pregnant at 18, I went to the college. I saw Marianas Trench at the college nearby because my friend just signed me in. They didn't ID me because I was pregnant. And then I went to another bar karaoke night and because I was pregnant, they also didn't ID me. So
They're like, well, if you're old enough to get pregnant.
Yeah. Well, I think they just assumed that even if I was young, I just wasn't drinking, which I wasn't. I was like, I went to go see Mariana's Trench. Like, it wasn't like I was like going there to drink and see Mariana's Trench.
I remember going to a Mariana's Trench concert. They went to Sound of Music, and I
went
went
at
there.
Sound of Music a couple times. Yeah.
I loved it. They
Are you gonna go
put
this
on
year?
a good concert.
Yeah, they do. They do. I mean, you know, Canada. Woo, represent.
They're not making any more music though.
They just made something recently.
No, they didn't.
Like 2 years ago.
Oh, you're recent. Yeah, but
that's not recent.
Josh Ramsey, like that's his name, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Lead singer,
he writes like for a lot of other people.
Mhm.
I mean, when he wrote like Call Me Maybe,
For Carly something.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
That's right.
She's also Canadian.
Yes. Fun fact, I realized that apparently Canadian radio stations were forced to play, what was it, 40% Canadian music in it. So then I was watching a TikTok and they were playing all these songs and it was only for Canadian radio. And I was like, I know that song. I know that song. I know that song. Apparently these were not popular in the States.
Yeah, it's CanCon, and it's actually like super confusing because like when Canadians and like Americans collab on songs, they have to determine like how much of the song is considered Canadian content. So a lot of the times they'll come to like a studio in Toronto just to record, because then they're using a Canadian studio, makes it more Canadian content because they know the song will blow up in the States, and so they force it to become Canadian content to like force it to be on Canadian radio.
Yeah.
So it's like it gets really complicated, but yeah, they do have to do that. It's really, I mean, it's good. I think.
I thought it was more a higher percentage.
No, it's 40%.
No, it's only 40%.
I thought I just like assume everyone's Canadian. I guess just like I just assumed.
I assumed it would have been less. I thought because I knew there's a lot of American artists out there that they would promote. You know, they'd have like 80% that and only 20 Canadian. But no. A lot of these singers I thought were American were actually Canadian. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that by the way, you said the word, right? Was it more?
Mm-hmm.
More? Yeah.
Yeah. I caught one.
Yeah.
Good for you. We should drink extra.
Okay, we'll drink extra just because she caught one.
Okay, that just made me excied for a minute. I was like,
but you also said it when you said that's the word, so we got.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to.
I said it again.
Just like keep drinking.
Listen, it's been weeks. I need to catch up. My liver is healed. We need to damage that shit again.
Because you've been so fucking sick.
I know. So now that I'm recouped, I'm like, knock her down.
If you guys ever need a kidney and I'm a match, I'll totally give you my kidney or a part of my liver.
Thank you.
I'm just
know
saying.
How well your liver's gonna be towards, because you know we're both drinking a lot, so. Might have to steal that from Sonia, but
maybe I'm just saying this to seem like a good person.
Yeah,
because you can never prove I wouldn't if I'm not a match or if my liver isn't good.
Yeah,
I'm all for selfish reasons.
But don't take offense, Jessica. I'm gonna go to Sonia for the liver rather than you.
Oh, no. I'm fully offended.
The kidney, I'll totally take you up on that.
No,
I'm kidding.
Kidneys are also affected with drinking.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you have 2 kidneys. You only need 1.
Yes, you do. Yes.
Don't be greedy.
Eventually, we'll be able to 3D print them, and then I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just like, I have a 3D printer. You want me to get you one?
They're working on it.
They are.
They
actually
a plastic one.
Yeah.
Little resin kidney.
Are they working on like wombs too to like hibernate
fetuses?
Hibernate them?
Yeah,
incubate them.
Incubate them. Whatever.
Now it's hibernate.
Keep them cold and sleepy.
Okay, whatever. You know what?
I love that. I love it.
I would love if we could figure out how to grow babies outside the womb and just let it be a woman's choice if they want to grow in the womb.
I think it's a great idea. And then people could choose. Just be like, especially if they have health risks already, why risk it? If you
could do that on Krypton.
Yeah.
So
and that would also stop the worrying about vasectomies or hysterectomies or tube tying or anything like that, because you could just pull a bunch of eggs before you do the procedure, freeze a bunch of sperm before you do the procedure, and then whether or not you want to have kids in the future, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree.
I solved a problem.
Look at you, problem solver of the year.
Now I just gotta figure out how to like create the answer to the problem.
Yeah,
Right? just gotta.
just get on that.
Do you guys know if they keep GPS things on like solar panels on like traffic lights?
Probably.
Not that I want to start a crime spree, but I was thinking.
I say probably too, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, like I'm not like 100% sure either, but I would guess yes.
Because they like leave them unattended, and like I could power my house if I get enough of them. So like,
yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna say that. Yeah, they definitely.
If they don't have GPSs on them, I could just take them, and the government would be like, "Hey, like we just have a lot of these lying around anyway."
Yeah, the government will never just be like, "Oh yeah, we'll go for it. We have a bunch of them." Like, no, they're gonna get you.
If they don't have a GPS, then they might have a camera or something nearby.
Yeah.
What?
Or satellite
like if they're at like a stoplight camera or something.
They definitely have satellite something.
Yeah. Just like powering the wombs made me think about like how I could like get the government to power my house.
They should just be doing that anyway. Like literally they should just be like, "Oh, you want to solar power your house? Here's some free solar panels so that we can like help the environment a little bit."
Yes. In
Let's not get on
Sonyaville,
the
every
subject
roof.
of what the government should be doing because that's a long fucking list.
Well, it was something like I want to spit out facts, but there was like a quarter of the Sahara Desert in solar panels would be enough to like power the world right now. And that's at the Sahara Desert. So obviously they're getting more light there. But you need a bit more area space if we split it up between like other areas. But I'm just saying it's not that impossible to like solar power the planet.
Or like wind power, which is more efficient than solar panel.
Yep.
You could have those fucking everywhere in unused land and farms. Even having
they're
farms.
ugly.
I think they're beautiful. They're like
Same.
looking at fish tanks, and you just like watch them go. They're gorgeous, and they give you so much power. And people don't want them because there's some ridiculous facts that they cause migraines. I'm not saying they don't, but there's not really enough studies. But also, those same people would be sensitive to other things like living by a power plant or
Yeah, I was gonna say living near a nuclear plant.
Yeah, or like trains, like the same kind of like there's a lot of vibrations in train tracks and stuff like that. So like maybe not have windmills everywhere, but like there's mountains that aren't in use. There's like highways. You can put it on there, and like it's just the government is just like, no, let big business control all the people.
Did you guys see? So did you guys see the nuclear? The nuclear island documentary on Netflix yet?
No.
Okay, so it's about a nuclear plant in the States from like the 70s, I want to say, that had an accident, as they term it, and they literally like lied to the government. And then when the government found out about the lie, the government still protected them. And like so many people got sick because nuclear radiation was just everywhere. And they were all like, no, it's fine.
No,
You're lying about the skin lesions. That's not actually happening. And then people lost like all their livelihoods and got a bunch of cancers. And the government paid them nothing. But no, windmills. We are like air theft. We shouldn't have that though.
Didn't Trump have some sort of rant about them? What was
they were
that?
Talk about
like
Ford.
No.
I was like, that asshole took them all out.
Okay, we don't like Ford. We get that. But no, Trump had some stupid thing about birds and like...
And that they were ugly. Like, that's where I took that from, was Trump's speech. They're just like they're not nice.
But there was like noise pollution or something, and then birds would hit it and die, and then they would all be dead and hanging around the windmill. I was like, what?
But like skyscrapers are so much worse for birds.
I know.
Like, and the types of mirrors and windows they put in.
By the way, you said more.
Oh goodness.
I caught a
good job.
Word. I caught a word.
We're catching them. We're catching them.
We probably missed a bunch, but
yay! No, it's just right now I'm just like, I hate the man where like they control food, they control shelter, they control power. I just am so mad that the government has allowed this to happen. I pay your salary, assholes. Like, let me
Sonia?
fucking eat. What?
Do you still have a piece of mail that has a Hamilton address by chance?
A Hamilton address?
Or an Ontario address?
I probably have lots of mail. What do you need?
I want to...
I can edit it out.
I
Okay,
can edit it.
good.
Drink. I can edit it. Drink.
I'm going to cut just to where I said I can edit it out so no one has any context of what I edited out.
Hey, Sonia, can I have edited out?
Just as I just should say, edited.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I work at, every time there's an election, I like working it because I still, no matter how fucking angry I am, I still believe in the system. But I'm just so angry and disappointed.
Well, darling Ford, Uncle Douglas, he has it now where you can do mail-in ballots or you can go in.
Oh my God. Yeah. I can't vote. Anyway, our vote is not for another 2 years. And it sucks because there's a conservative government here.
Yeah.
Did you know most of Canada is under conservative government? Like provincially, but like obviously federally we're liberal. But provincially, most provinces are conservative.
Oh, that's because the country it's only big cities that see the issues and problems that vote like more liberal.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like if you look at Alberta, it's all blue, and then just scroll into
Edmonton and Calgary
and
is
scroll
NDP.
in, and it's like you see like it's like blue, and then eventually you see a speck, and you keep scrolling, and then eventually you get
it's
to
Edmonton
some red.
and Calgary, and they're NDP.
So like it's like So, like, country folks, you're spread out. You don't actually get to see the problems people are facing. It's ignorance is bliss, right? You're like, well, I don't know anybody with autism. I don't know any homeless people. I don't know anyone with a learning disability. Although most fucking country people are dumb as fuck. You all have learning disabilities.
You all have the autism and you just don't fucking know it.
They all either have lead poisoning or fetal alcohol spectrum disorder.
Right? Yeah. Oh my God, we're going to get so much hate. Oh my God. Every fucking country person who lives in the country will be like, you guys are bitches. But like, listen, if you want to educate yourself and prove me fucking wrong, go for it. But like, you'll notice that your information is limited. You don't care above and beyond your small community, which is mostly your church. A lot of country folk go to church. And if your church doesn't care, then your chances are you're not going to care. Like if your church is like, well, we don't have homeless people, you're going to think there is no homeless people. It's just fucking made up. So that's just what it is. Yeah. But if you want to prove me wrong, let me know. The two people who actually listen, you let me know.
Our 3 followers, let us know.
Right? Guys, actually we have like 17. So
those 17.
So thank you, our 17 followers.
Thank you. If you want to write
they actually like listen to us all the time, or did they follow us and then forgot about us?
I get a total. I know the total number of followers. That is what I know. That is what I'm given. If you listened and didn't follow us, tell us why.
They have to listen to us first.
I've noticed if like the words, anything like sexy is in the title, we get views. So like maybe we just like it's the videos that get the most, like the YouTube ones, like with strippers and nipples. I'm pretty sure they are hoping that they are hoping there's nipples. Right. Sorry, the guys, there's not.
Wait, here's the thumbnail.
There you go.
Okay, there.
I can draw them.
It's Jessica and Dawn jumping on trampoline. That's what the title will be.
No, and then you got to put in parentheses, put wet.
Wet, yeah. So like there has to use like weird words like wet, moan, donkey. Yeah. I don't fucking know.
Bounce.
Roast, pig roast.
You're going to a whole other
thing. What we are?
No one was mentioning that at all, and then there's Sonia just like said that right in there.
We'll get listeners. You just put them in the titles.
That's the one thing I miss about like even my body like 6 years ago, because I didn't have my second child by then, was just like my boobs were just a little bit higher, just a little bit, and it felt a little better in my bras and a little better just in my shirts and just better back then compared to like now.
I would like, before I would talked about the googly eyes, I would like less googly eyes. I had kids young, so at 25, I still had googly eyes. Although no one's ever complained about them. So, maybe nobody cares about googly eyes. Maybe
no,
that's
men don't actually care. They're just like, oh, tits. Like they just, deer in headlights, just they're like, it's a naked woman or I'm about to get laid. Like they don't actually pay attention to these small things. But then other men, when they're not having sex with you, they'll pay attention to those small things and make fun of you for them. It's those men that are not having sex with you that are like, ew, stretch marks, or
that are judgmental. We're not getting it on. Why do you fucking care? Everyone else who's jumping in on this ride doesn't give a shit. But since you are missing out, you apparently have an opinion. So
that's always how it is.
Right? Like your buddy who got to jump doesn't care. But apparently you're a little sad. You heard how good of a time he had. So now you have to be judgmental about it. That's it.
Oh man. Sorry, I just imagined like men like sleeping with someone and then coming out and like holding up like scorecards. like if it was like a dive. Yes. And there's like a bunch of men that you slept with and they're all holding up their like 8. 9.5, 7, and then the one guy you didn't sleep with, and he's like 1, 2.2.
Yeah, that's a biased score. Although I guess the other ones are pretty biased too. But that's the shit. Oh, have you guys seen Upload?
No, but I've like heard, like I saw the trailer for it.
Yeah,
they have the concept was great.
They have a rating system for like their dating apps. After you've like had sex with them, you can like rate how like good they are. I like that. Like we should have that as an actual app. That'd be fantastic.
Yes, and I feel like there also needs to be like a comment section, and it has to be constructive criticism.
Yes, on what they can do better.
Yeah, but like, yeah, exactly. Like, I don't like. I would love an app like that, but I don't trust humans, and I feel like a lot of humans be like, "Oh, this is garbage. This is and it's like that's not helpful,
right?
Yeah, like no, you're not sleeping with them again, but maybe give them pointers as to what they can do better for the next person.
Like doing like a dolphin thing is not sexy. Like you don't need to move your whole body like this. It's not fun. Okay, like get off. Like it's not. No, that's not. Don't do it. And like just fucking don't do that. That's not fun.
My favorite thought is that men have to twerk when they're having sex. Like, and I just imagine every time their butts clenching.
Oh my!
Because I know,
I'm never having sex again because these are the images I'm going to be thinking during. And...
Okay, I have a problem with having it from behind just because all I can think is that he's looking at my butthole right now. He's looking at my butthole.
They love it.
I know they love it. I don't love it.
I love the balloon knot.
Enthusiastic about my butthole. Like if you're like, oh yeah, that butthole, then I'll like be like, okay, he's into it. But if you're just like quiet about it, and I'm like, what's he looking at? Like, what's
did I wipe properly? Like, what's going on there?
I made sure to double check. Like,
I don't understand. They just love it. They're just. Some of them are shy about saying they love it, but I'm pretty sure it's fucking everybody. Like it's just I'm not a fan of the balloon knot, but like most men are obsessed.
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah, it's the taboo, right?
Yeah.
The taboo is always kind of sexy.
Except for when you give into it and they're still obsessed. Oh.
What are you trying to say, Sonia? You're not into anal? Is that what we're going with?
I'm saying I'm not into looking at balloon knots.
Not looking into them. Okay.
Well, you don't have to look at it if you just have to show yours.
Right?
Yeah.
I like at that face down. You know what it is? Like
okay,
I can't do that with my arm. Sorry, my arm doesn't do that way.
Yeah. For me, it's like I do that so that I'm like taking weight off my arms and it's just more comfortable. It's like I can put a pillow under my head and just relax.
Like have a nap?
Yeah. Sometimes.
I don't know. I'm like really short. So I have to like almost and like it's hard, man. I gotta like it's hard.
It's hard.
It's difficult.
Well, I sure hope so.
It's difficult. But like my least favorite thing about from like behind is that like I keep looking because maybe Kyle's gonna walk through the door. But like Kyle's testicle, they're like the biggest fucking balls I've ever seen in my entire life. They're like 20 pounds like that. And then they
Okay,
just like,
am I keeping this in or editing it out?
no, keep it in.
Okay, I just wanted to double check because
And,
like
They just like smash in, and like I'm worried I'm gonna get a fucking bruise. Like it just like they're just
And bruise on
war
what?
wounds.
Like with
Like
maybe
my
slapping
body.
your curtains? Like
no. It depends on like what position you're in, you know. But
we're
like
talking about from behind.
yeah, but then they're gonna like they smash into like your legs and stuff.
How big
so
are
he's
they?
like wide. Like they're like wide.
Yeah.
They're okay. Listen, like I'm not joking when I say sometimes they're like this. Like that's why I got pregnant so fucking easy. Okay, like they're just
He just filled you up.
That's right. They're just like, oh my gosh.
He didn't give your egg a chance.
No wonder you did like oral. Could you imagine taking that in the mouth? Like
Get
the
a whole
load?
bath.
The balls.
Yeah.
They won't fit in there. They would bruise my face for sure, but they knock me out. Just like
You say about bruises, but like once I had this real skinny boyfriend, you know, a twig, one of the twig.
Oh,
yeah.
twig
yeah,
I had one
boyfriend.
of those too. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what would happen. His hip bones would literally hit my thighs, like if we were in missionary and stuff, and then I would have bruises like on my inner thigh from his hip bone.
Okay. So when I was like 18, 19, and me and David were, doing our thing, he was skinny, I was skinny, and you got bone rubbing up on bone.
right,
It was
starting a
not
fire.
fun.
Yeah.
So you got your hips rubbing, like, I'm sure it made a grinding sound. That's how bad it was.
Oh no.
I don't know why I still found it sexy enough that I got pregnant, but I did.
Sometimes accidents happen. It doesn't matter how sexy you find the person. Accidents still happen. Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking kids. Don't have them. They're gross.
yeah, red flag.
Red flag. Fucking someone who impregnates me. Red flag. That's it. Nobody wants that.
Just throw them out. Like I said, just I'll miss my kids, but bye. Like
Throw the like prom dumpster
after
baby.
the age of 12. Age 12 and up, like just get rid of them. Before 12, maybe keep them, depending.
They're still cute.
But after 12, man, just garbage.
Just throw them in the garbage.
I
Trash
wouldn't
can.
care about having kids if we had the community that people used to have with kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't mind watching the neighbors' kids for like a day or two a week if they watched my kids for a day or two a week.
Yeah.
But it's like this whole individual house living that's currently happening here with the societal differences between generations with their parents that is, causing rifts there. It's like really hard to do that all on your own. And I feel like that's where I lose my cool. It's like I'm like gentle parenting and then I'll just snap because I'm having a day off in 200 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not easy. And like
No.
I sometimes don't like other people's kids because some people's kids are jerks.
True.
And I am not raising jerks. So like
Yeah.
if my kids are ever disrespectful, like sometimes kids talk back, whatever, they're working things out. But if they're like punching things, kicking things, swearing, threatening each other, like I don't care what kind of fucking day you're having, you're grounded. That's it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, oh, that's fine, like whatever. But like if my kid were to ever go up to another kid and be like, oh, I don't like your hair, like curly hair is stupid, obviously more aggressive, but I don't have the heart to say that about other
Yeah.
people's kids. My kids would be grounded forever. Like that's inappropriate, unacceptable behavior. But a lot of people are like, my Timothy just like likes to have fun. And that's bullshit.
I also feel like there's so many issues that can cause kids to be like that the parents don't get help for or can't receive
Yes.
help for.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
also
like sometimes it's issues in the home
Yeah.
and the kids just picking up from that. And then
Yeah.
that needs outside support.
Yeah.
Sometimes Ernest went through a violent phase when it came to switching medications with his epilepsy, and we did not get support for that. And so it took a few months where they were like, he's just, he's doing all this stuff, and we had to keep explaining that it's his meds, and like we're trying to work with the doctors, but we can't just stop giving him brain medication.
right.
Like, I don't know what to tell you,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And then there's like other behavioral illnesses that some parents have that either they can't get help for them because they can't afford it privately and there's not much public help, or they refuse to acknowledge it. They're like,
Right.
my
That's the
kid can't
biggest.
have ADHD. My kid can't have ODD. My kid can't have ECD.
autism. Like,
Yeah.
that's not in our family. I
Like,
don't know.
But there's a difference between having really vindictive asshole kids and then just having kids who can help themselves. Like,
yeah.
like those kids need constant reassurance. They need routine. They need the same type of discipline all the time. And like my kids are come up to those category where they need the same. Oh, you burped.
I did. I was trying to hide it.
My kids need the same type of disciplinary action every single time, or they're just not going to know about it. And like, I sound like I fucking beat my kids. Okay. Like, it's like no DS, you know, like,
Yeah.
like we talk.
I don't
about
believe
it, we
in
talk
corporal punishment.
No,
Like,
we talk about feelings, and like people are like, oh, that doesn't do anything, and like a lot of people are like, oh man, I have to smack my kid. I'd be like, I've never hit my kids, and they're the most polite, sweetest kids I've met because that's how I raised them. And like even now, Kara's almost 20 and she is a fucking sweetheart. She's never had a day in her life where she's wanted to go out and hurt someone or accidentally hurt someone because she's having a bad time. We teach emotional like growth and how to deal with situations, and that's how you end the abuse cycle. But a lot of people are like, Timothy's just, you know, boys will be boys.
I find that's the problem too. It's either like I never blame children for their behavior.
Mhm.
So it's like when they're vindictive assholes, it's like I hate them, but I also understand that it's not their choice to be this way.
Yeah.
It's something is causing it, something either but in them or outside of them. And I find a lot of the times if it's the parent ignoring the issue, it's because they're probably the culprit of it.
Right. They're doing it themselves.
Yeah, because they don't want to go to therapy. They don't want to admit they did something wrong.
No.
Like,
Why? And like empathy is a taught emotion.
Yes.
Like it's very rare that a person's naturally empathetic. You have to learn it. Like in kindergarten, you learn to share. You learn not to be mean to your friends, your new friends, future friends, past friends. You learn it, and teachers, like, thank God for them, because a lot of parents don't teach these skills. Like, they're like, well, listen, my kid will naturally learn that eventually, but that's a lie. Like, nobody knows nature behavior. Like,
yeah, no.
they're just
you have to teach what's wrong and what's right. And I know there's now gray area and stuff, but I mean, there's a basic line.
yeah.
well, and you
Like,
can also teach nuance. Like kids aren't stupid. So it's like when it comes to like nuanced things, like we say, like, don't hit people, but also if someone's beating the shit out of you, like do what you can to run away.
And like,
you know what
yourself.
I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, so you don't say like violence is never the answer. You say violence is never the first answer, you know, and then talk through it like that kind of way. It's like even in the gray type areas, it's just like a lot of parents just don't want to talk to their kids.
No.
I wish my kids would punch a bitch. Like,
Me too.
like my kids get so bullied because they are nice kids, and like they are like, no, I'd rather get bullied than be mean to somebody. Are you fucking kidding me? I realize I broke you and I taught you that you need to be good to everybody, but like, you're getting put down, you're getting beaten, you're getting abused, like fucking hit them. I realize I grew up a little ghetto and aggressive, but like sometimes you gotta fucking hit somebody, and my kids are so fucking stupid. I love you guys, but like they're so stupid and won't fucking hit people who hurt them, and it drives me crazy. If I had to pick one thing I don't like about my fucking kids, they don't hit people. Bastards.
If I had to pick something that bothers me about my kid, it'd be that he's too open. He will talk to me like I'm his friend, and I have to keep kindly reminding him, like, this isn't a conversation you should be having with your mother. I understand you like girls now. I don't need to hear what cup size that girl's chest is. Like, no, thank you. I don't need to hear that. Like, you can keep that information to yourself. That's okay. But he'll always come to my bedroom and be like, so I kissed this girl. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, I don't care. Like, I'm glad that, you know, you found someone you like, that makes me happy. But let's keep it to a minimum, please. Like,
Yeah.
but no, he's so open about everything. He'll tell me everything, and I'm just like, I'm your mother, not your friend. Stop. I don't care. I don't need to hear this. But yeah, that's the one thing I have a problem with my kid. Is just I want to make sure that there was communication between me and him.
Yeah,
so
for
I've
sure.
always told him, you know, if you need to tell me anything, like, you can. If you go to a party and there's drinking and you don't feel comfortable, you can call me. Even if you have been drinking underage, I don't care. If you're unsafe, like if it feels unsafe, call me. I will not give you trouble. Somewhere down the line, he thought I can tell my mom everything. And so therefore he does. And I'm all like, no, there's a line. You crossed it. Stop that. No, thank you. That is my issue with my oldest. And my youngest, I don't really have an issue yet. He's 5. So we'll wait.
For both my kids, I just wish they would clean more. Like, that's literally it. Like, I know I'm not even expecting like a lot of help. Just like a little bit. Like, either you know, pick up your own shit. Like, even that would be like helpful. Like, if Lyric picked up her toys and Ernest picked up his stuff and brought his dishes out of his room and whatever else, then I'd be like,
what is with teenage boys and hoarding
all the dishes, all
the dishes?
It's just it's not just boys. It's just all teenagers.
Okay,
like,
but like Nicholas, okay, he had in his room, I shit you not, garbage mountain. He had a garbage bag full of his garbage. Like, it wasn't scattered all over his room, but he started in a corner of his room just stocking garbage bags instead of taking them out. I'm like, this is gross. Like, take it out. He's like, the bags are tied, Mom. There's no smell. It's just
there is a smell. They just got used to it.
Yes. I wish my kids opened more fucking windows. They all smell so fucking bad. Like, why do you smell so bad? I know why. You have hormones.
I want to spray
like,
Febreze on Nicholas when he walks by. Just like squirt.
While they're sleeping. Like, I know you shower, but like maybe while they're sleeping, fucking Febreze them. Like, you know those commercials? That's what they should have. They should have like camp or something, and like there's a bunch of teenagers in a cabin, and like you're like, oh god, I'm gonna vomit, and then you spritz Febreze, and then you're like, oh okay, it's fine.
Okay,
that's what you should do.
It gets rid of teenage smells. Like, that should be their slogan.
It doesn't usually. Like, it covers up dog smell fine. Teenagers, they need to make something stronger. Like, it's.
I just feel like the bacteria has just become such a super bacteria over the generations of teenagers.
They've evolved evolution of like,
it's been evolutionary to the point where now Febreze used to cover early 2000 teenage smell. And we just haven't.
The 2020 smells are just not doing it. Like,
no, we need a new formula. We need to update Febreze.
Listen, Febreze. If you're listening, give us stronger stuff.
Hashtag stronger Febreze.
My teenager smells too bad.
Too bad.
You also like have a lot of them.
I have 4.
Yeah, you have all the teenagers.
And they're separated in the house. So like no matter what end of the house you go to, it fucking smells like teenagers. So like one wing in the basement. So like, yeah, my house is like, I have the wing. So one wing has one teenager, one wing has another teenager, and then the other floor, one wing has a teenager, and like just 4 corners of hell in my house. Like, it's just, and then the dogs are in the middle, and like,
I think you get dog smell up on there.
I can deal with the dog smell. Those are easy. It's easy to clean up dogs. You just change their sheets every day. But like the fucking kids, and then I don't know, like even with their open windows, nature doesn't want it. It's like no,
doesn't want, pushes it back in the house. Like no, we don't want that.
It's like no,
fuck, it's gross.
Fuck.
They'll outgrow it, right? Right, like that's a thing.
So
I don't smell bad anymore.
Maybe we just got used to it.
Like used to our own smell.
Maybe we do smell. We just don't notice, and then maybe our spouses don't notice because they also got used to it.
Nose blind
from their smells, and like now we join smells.
So now we just don't know. Like we don't know if we smell because we're just nose blind.
I wore deodorant.
A lot of the time, people like their own smells too. Yeah. So it's like you can smell BO, but you can also be like, yeah, it's not that bad.
Oh no! Every time, like like Kyle starts to smell funky, I'm like, no, you can't come near me anymore. You did some housework, so now you smell bad.
Yeah, no. When David gets home from work, I'm all like, shower, please.
I'm that weird person that like when Chris would get smelly, I'd be like, oh, so good.
Smells so good.
I know. And he'd be like, what are you doing? I'd be like, I like your stink.
Does that mean I don't like Kyle?
No, because I've liked other people and thought they would smell and be like, you know, you smell. But like with Chris, I'm just like,
I don't like his pheromones, his manly musk.
Yeah, no.
No,
You know what I did
like
though? When Dave worked at Tim Hortons and when he'd come home, like it didn't smell like sweat, it just smelled like coffee. And I love that.
smell.
Like the smell of coffee. I'm just like, yes. I'll date anyone who works at a coffee shop. That I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's what you're just saying.
You work
Anybody.
at Starbucks and you are my like I just want you. I'm just saying.
That's it. A barista.
Yeah, barista.
I'm
Male
just saying, barista sounds more exotic and dirty than stripper to me.
It does. It
Barista.
has a little bit.
Like I just feel like shaking my shoulders to it, you know. Like stripper, I'm like stripper.
Barista.
Stripper sounds like somewhat like a type of factory worker.
I was
They're
just
the
gonna say it
stripper.
sounds like a construction
Yeah,
worker.
it
Like,
is.
Yeah.
That's like I'm pretty sure there's people's jobs called like a stripper.
They're
Yeah,
all
like-
strippers, but I feel like
But then you got the
or something like these.
barista, you know.
Barista.
So I'm
it
just
sounds like a
saying.
Spanish, like
A
escort,
Spanish.
like a barista.
Say Spanish.
Just a Spanish, like
Spanish.
that was the same.
That's just they sound like a Spanish.
Yeah.
Spanish. Fuck off.
You know
Whatever.
what's attractive?
Anyway.
When Kyle takes care of my chickens. So like Kyle like saved like the chicken's life yesterday. And like even though that was fucking gross, I was like, you're a sexy man with your chicken saving skills. That's
I like
attractive.
when Dave puts shelves on my walls. When I
They're
see
the-
that electric
it's
drill
the
come out, I'm
simple
like,
shit, you know? Like people are
See,
like, oh,
For me, it's just like whenever Chris would like sing or play guitar, I just be like, ugh. Like, you know, like this deep, like, ugh. You know, like, I don't
that
know how
your
to
sound.
is
Watch
that
our
your
YouTube.
sexy noise?
Yeah, like it would just be this like it. You'd get it like deep in like your gut almost, you know. And I just like keep going.
Don't stop.
Yeah, you got to remember, like I met him like just before I turned 24, and I was like, he plays guitar. Ooh.
I don't know. I like those practical skills, I guess.
Yeah.
I know. Now that we have 2 kids and we're married in a house, I'm like, man, practical skills would have been. Here I am putting the shelves on the wall.
Right? Although I would like one that makes money, right?
That's true.
That's a sexy
He
trait.
does do that, so you know, and he does that while playing guitar and singing to other
Right.
people.
We
I
should
guess.
just like share each other's husbands and just make them into one. Like one can smell like
It's like,
coffee.
What are we
and,
doing
like,
now?
One can do stuff around the house, and the other one can serenade, and you just mix them into one person. You know?
Okay, so we'll DNA splice. We just
Right.
need a full genome
Yes.
sequencing.
Those like wombs we can make. You know,
Maybe we can just like
3D
swap them
wombs?
every once in a while when we need whatever done.
like traveling pants.
Yeah,
Yes,
traveling
with husbands?
husbands.
There we
Sisterhood of the
go.
traveling husbands.
We need the coffee one, we got the singing one, and we got the putting up shelves one.
Now
Dave's
remember,
putting up shelves.
they wrote like little stories or whatever in the pant leg.
So we-
So maybe we should just like write on like each husband's arm what we use them for.
That's a good idea. And then we'll switch them out.
I
And,
have
like,
to
we can
watch
tell
this
stories.
movie again. I haven't like read or watched Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants in years, and now I'm like, oh, Blake Lively pre-nose job. Gotta watch it.
Oh
Right?
man.
She was still really cute then.
Yeah.
I don't think she could have done it for medical reasons. I don't know. Most Hollywood.
I
don't do
mean,
anything
same with
for medical
Jennifer
reasons.
Aniston. Jennifer Aniston could have done it for medical reasons. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you happy. I'm not judging.
Oh, I'm not
Like,
judging
yeah.
about the nose
Yeah.
job. I'm just saying
No.
I wish celebrities would acknowledge it.
Yeah. Instead of doing it and just not talking about it. Like, why don't they just be like, hey, guess what? got my nose done. This was my surgeon. This is what it cost. This was what we did. Like, I feel so much better. Like, normalize it.
Yeah, like, because, like, I would totally get
reason.
it done if I could afford it. I mean, I made not a nose job. I got a little, I don't have much of a nose to, like, alter.
I don't know. Sometimes my nose looks really big, depending on the angle I'm at.
I get this, though.
I don't know. That's just there because I'm a fatty now.
Well, then I'd get lipo.
Like, isn't there an age where you're like too old for these things? Like, I'm worried if I go under for fun, I'm gonna not wake up.
No, I mean, obviously there's a risk with every surgery, and obviously, like, as you get older or whatever, but they do risk assessments and pre-op before you go under. So they would tell you, like, even for my LASIK surgery, they do like a bunch of like measurements and stuff before they even clear you for it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even get the okay until after those are done.
Right.
So, like, you go to your appointment ready to, like, be told that you can't get it done. Basically.
Yeah. Listen, your heart won't last long.
Basically.
Like, oh, okay, fine, whatever.
That's what I've been thinking is, like, maybe if I go for plastic surgery, they'll find out what's wrong with me. Like, maybe because they'll check me. Yeah, like, maybe they'll do an actual physical that my doctor won't do.
There we
it's
go.
Actually maybe I will look into that because female health in Ontario sucks.
It sucks everywhere. They're bastards.
Yeah.
Although, like, I read that, like, you can go to like a resort and get a whole bunch of work done, and then like you have pool boys bringing you drinks. That's the kind of place
I've
I
heard
go.
that too.
Right?
Want to plan a girls' trip and go get some work done?
Yes. Yes. You're like, yes. I think it's like in like India. Like, India is one of the cheapest, more successful places.
Dubai. Dubai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just go. I won't be able to breathe there because it's so fucking polluted. I will die. But we can still go.
You'll look
fun.
Pretty doing it.
Right? Actually, like,
you'll look hot.
I'll get one breast done before like I go, and then they'll like bring me back home, and then like my open casket will have like one giant boob and one flatty.
No, they'll finish you. We'll make sure it's even before the casket. Don't worry.
Yeah,
we'll make sure you're taken care of.
You're good friends.
Like, can you just do the other boob? Like, I know it's mortem. Like, it's cool. She knows. Can you still just fix that before we put her in the casket? Thanks.
Do you think you have to pay?
I've never had surgery. Like, any type of surgery. I've had 2 wisdom teeth taken out in which they just did local aesthetic. Like local anesthetic. So it was just a needle of freezing. That was it. I've never had any other anything. So like, I've never been put to sleep, and that freaks me out because I'm like 31 and I've never been put to sleep, and so I have no idea like how I would like feel.
React?
I guess
maybe you should ask them to like, before you do any surgery, can you put me under for a little bit and see what happens?
Yeah, can we just test drive it? Can we just test drive?
So the first time that I had surgery was an emergency C-section, and it's not like you get a choice because it was all like bang, bang, bang. Like, we're wheeling you in and then we're putting you under like right away. There was no
because they didn't have time to freeze you,
really.
Right?
No, like it was just like go, 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 right? Because they had to get Caleb out of me. His heartbeat was dropping like dramatically, and so they didn't prep me. They didn't ask me any questions. They didn't ask if I had any piercings in, like my second surgery. They were just like, nope, put the mask on. And then I was out. And then I woke up and like, there was just no conversation. So I didn't even have a chance to panic because it happened so fucking fast. My second though was my gallbladder. And that's where they had to do a lot of prep before. And that was an emergency surgery as well. But I still had 2 days before I had to get done. And, they still prepped me and they still talked to me in pre-op, and they explained how they were going to put me under, and that they were going to put a tube down my throat to be intubated during your surgery. And like, they explained how it was going to affect me and what they were doing, and they very detailed on how the surgery was going to be performed and what to expect. And but yeah, my first one, there was nothing. There was just go, go, go. And I didn't even get a chance to panic. So by the time my second one hit, I was just like, yeah, whatever. I'll sign here. Just do it. Because I know I'm fine. But yeah, I think that's the best way to go. Just do it.
Ernest had to be put under, and that was like the scariest thing. Like having to watch him be put under, because they have you like hold them.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah.
Pin them down.
It was for an MRI, but they needed him in there for like 50 minutes, and he has seizures, and you know, like he was 9 at the time, so they put them under generally to keep them still. And so like he had to be put under, and we had to go to like pre-op and everything like that, and he's like 9, he has no idea, and he was so sick waking up, and like his fear didn't even start until he was waking up.
Yeah.
And then he was waking up and he's like, where am I? Like, what's going on? Like, what happened? You know, I feel sick. And it was just like, it was heartbreaking watching that. And then I'm like, oh my God, could I do that?
You do feel confused when you wake up. Like, you do get a confusion. Both times I got confusion. You see all new, like a new room that you weren't in before. So, I mean, it does have a lot of confusion.
Usually the nurses are pretty nice. Like, I've had a bunch of surgery, and it's usually, I'm like, oh my God, is it over already? And then they're like, yeah. And then usually I'm like, do I get a popsicle? And they're like, no, you're not as young as you used to be. So that's not fair. But
popsicles for every age.
When I was 16, I had surgery to get rid of the cancer, but they weren't able to get it. And they gave me popsicles. So when I was 17 to like get rid of the cancer, I was like, oh, do I get a popsicle? And they told me no. Like that was only 1 year difference. Like,
if you weren't even an adult, technically,
right? I should still get popsicles.
You should,
but like a hospital,
right? I should have. Sue McMaster, for not giving me a popsicle. But then when Kara would get little, she needed surgery, and I knew exactly what was going to happen because, like, I went through surgery a few times, and I had to hold her down. I fucking cried. I knew it was nothing, but I felt like I was like being a fucking asshole. I'm like, it's okay, honey. Have this mask over your face. She's like, I don't want it. Too bad. Like,
they have a startle response. Yeah. So when they're about to fall asleep, they startle and they get scared. Like, it's like terrifying. Yeah. And like you're watching your kid be like frightened and then just pass out, and you're just like, you can't help. And like it wasn't even surgery for me. It was literally an MRI, and I was just like, oh my God.
It was just corrective surgery for her eyes. She had a lazy eye. She was getting fixed. That's it. And I fucking cried so hard. Like I abused my kid. I felt like I belonged in jail. It was nothing though. Like, but then she got popsicles.
She got popsicles. That's all you're focused on. You're like, she got fucking popsicles. What the hell?
And like when Kara was 3, technically I was still a child. Like I was still under 20.
I should have got popsicles for her going under surgery.
Right? I should have got a fucking popsicle.
I feel like there should be popsicles for every patient. Like if I'm 80 and I just had surgery, give me a fucking popsicle. Yeah. Like I only have a few good years left.
Right? Your throat is so fucking sore and dry. Why can't I have a fucking popsicle? We don't want you throwing up. I'm throwing up liquid. It'll be fine. Yeah. Quit being ridiculous, Susan. Give me
all right, guys. I think it's time.
Hey, we all answered the question. We did all answer the question, technically.
We did.
And we all answered. I mean, me and Sonia pretty much the same age. Dawn wants to live in her teen years forever.
Yep.
Legal teen years.
Legal. No, it was just under legal, but I still have no responsibility.
That's right.
Well, no, but I mean, you're technically an adult, but technically also a teenager. At 18.
You can vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
I can vote. That was all. That's all I wanted.
You can drink in Quebec.
Yes. Strippers in Quebec that do full nudity at 18. Bam.
Okay.
Okay. We should go on a trip. now I'm excited for full nudity Quebec strippers.
Like Montreal is halfway for all of us.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh my God, we could. That's actually a good idea. Okay,
we could meet in Montreal.
We could totally do it.
And we go. That was my motorboat, guys.
I was like, what is she doing? She's just buzzing.
I was putting my face in them.
If you want to see how Sonia motorboats, don't forget to listen to or to watch us on Saturdays on YouTube.
We got the liquid on Jessica's boobies. We got doing something with her boobs. She did. I think she lifted them
And
up.
I edited a
Push
bunch
them
of
up.
stuff out that
Yeah.
you're missing. So if you're confused about context, that's where to find it. Make sure to check us out on all of our social medias, especially TikTok. We're really trying to reach 1,000 people so we can live stream on there. From that account, just search us as Opinionated Lushes, and we should
You'll
pop
see
up.
our little cartoon logo.
Woohoo.
Yes.
Woohoo. All right, everyone.
Oh,
have a good
and our
night.
bonus content on Patreon.
Yes, we are
Shit,
going
yeah,
to be
let's go.
having, hopefully by the time this episode airs, there will be special sound bites of us on our Patreon. We will link those on all our social media. So when you follow us on those, you'll see that Patreon link. And you can find some bonus content that no one else can get, but you guys exclusive.
All right.